Good evening and a very warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining us here on Hope TV Newswatch on the 16th day of September 2022 to bring you the stories making headlines. My name is Grace Ongoi and our sign language interpreter tonight is Boniface Mureithi. Let's begin. President William Ruto has shared his first Kenya Kwanza parliamentary group meeting since he took oath of office on Tuesday. Speaking during the meeting held in Naivasha, President Ruto welcomed Azimio's commitment to play an oversight role in his government, adding that the efficiency of any government is also dependent on how strong the opposition is. Ruto's sentiments come hours after the Azimio One Kenya party leader Raila Odinga stated that they will take seriously their oversight role in the National Assembly so as to ensure resources are prudently used by the executive. Our reporter Kennedy Kimani begins our bulletin.
Speaking during a Kenya Kwanza parliamentary group meeting in Naivasha on Friday, President William Ruto has welcomed Azimio's commitment to play an oversight role in his government, adding that the efficiency of any government is also dependent on how much it is kept on its toes.
We welcome our competitors' assertion that they will take seriously their oversight role over our government. We believe that the efficiency of any government is also dependent on how much we are kept on our toes. So I want to tell our good friends on the other side of the political divide, welcome to your oversight role. We are ready to be accountable as a government.
The president's sentiments comes after the Azimio One Kenya party leader Raila Odinga stated that they will not be cowed from carrying out the watchdog role.
We have accepted that we are not going to appoint any member of the opposition into government because we want a vibrant opposition. We want an opposition that will keep government in check because we have nothing to hide and we want to run an accountable government.
The Kenya Kwanza PG meeting, which will come to a close on Saturday, is set to deliberate the slotting of key House leadership positions in the Senate and National Assembly. Kennedy Kimani, Hope TV Newswatch.
Thanks for that, Ken. Moving on, Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party leader Raila Odinga now claims that President William Ruto's recent move to appoint the 6 judges that were rejected by his predecessor Uhuru Kenyatta was aimed at controlling the judiciary. Speaking in Machakos County when Azimio MPs convened for parliamentary group meeting, Odinga noted that the allocation of funds was a move geared towards what he called taking control of the judiciary, something he opined would lead to tampering with its independence. Immediately after his inauguration, President Ruto kicked off his official duties by signing 2 separate gazette notices appointing 4 Court of Appeal judges and 2 Environment and Land Court judges.
Our competitors were able to penetrate between your front and divide you. See? Divide and rule is a very old, tested tactic in the military. That you divide them so that they become weak and then you can be able to rule them.
That we stick together so that we are able to claim our space. And when I say majority party, it includes those who have started contracting new marriages without a proper divorce. Because legally, until you have a divorce certificate, you cannot go having another marriage.
The actions of the Chief Justice are clearly sycophantic. She has demeaned the dignity of the office of Chief Justice. In less than a year, she has destroyed what her predecessors achieved in 10 years. As if this is not bad enough, there's clearly a push by the executive to own the judiciary through illegal actions that amount to bribery.
Away from that, the Council of Governors will on Saturday elect the new leadership of the council in accordance with the Intergovernmental Act 2012, with the 5 governors having already shown interest for the COG chairperson seat. The governors and the deputies who began their induction summit on Thursday have today discussed matters county planning, budgeting and financing, county procurement and county public service management. It is the first time the governors are meeting after the August 9th general election. 28 new governors were elected into office, while 8 pioneer governors made a comeback and 11 were re-elected. As Kennedy Kimani now reports, President William Ruto is expected to officially close the conference on Saturday.
Centralized system from 1963.
As the governors and deputy governors induction comes to a close on Saturday, the Council of Governors will be electing the new leadership of the council, an event that will bring out a contest between the Azimio and Kenya Kwanza factions on who is going to control the Council of Governors. It is the first time the governors are meeting after the August 9 elections. 28 new governors were elected into office, while 8 pioneer governors made a comeback and 11 were re-elected. Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, who officially opened the conference on Thursday, said that the national government will strengthen devolution to enhance service delivery by the county governments. President William Ruto is expected to officially close the conference on Saturday. Kennedy Kimani, Hope TV Newswatch.
Thanks for that, Kim. National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Kuriatani has officially designated the Inspector General of Police as the accounting officer of the National Police Service as ordered by President William Ruto. In a later dated September 15th address to the current Inspector General of Police, Hilary Mutyambai, CS Yetani said, and I quote, in accordance with the powers conferred on the Cabinet Secretary to the National Treasury by Section 67 of the Public Finance Management PFM Act 2012, you are hereby designated the accounting officer for Vote 1025 National Police Service for the financial year 2022-2023 with effect from 15th September 2022. End of quote. As the accounting officer of the National Police Service, the IG will be required to keep the Interior Ministry Cabinet Secretary updated on all financial matters of the ministry and provide information and reports as may be directed by the Cabinet Secretary. Now for some sad news, the National Drought Management Authority, NDMA, has announced that the drought situation in Laikipia, Tana River and Tharaka Nithi counties has reached the alarm level, bringing to 10 the total number of counties in the alarm phase. The 3 counties have joined Isiolo, Mandera, Garissa, Turkana, Wajir, Samburu and Marsabit. According to data released by NDMA, another 10 counties are in the alert drought phase, and they include Embu, Garissa, Kitui, Makueni, Meru North, Narok, Nyeri, Taita Taveta, Kwale and Kilifi. 3 more counties, Baringo, West Pokot and Lamu, are in the normal drought phase owing to moderate off-season precipitation. According to NDMA, the worsening household food security situation has resulted in increased malnutrition across the ASL counties. So far, 952,000 children below 5 years and another 134,000 pregnant or lactating women require treatment for acute malnutrition. This is an increase from 464 children and 115,725 pregnant women reported last month. As the world marks World Suicide Prevention Month, mental health survivors have embarked on a journey to share their experiences to discourage people from having suicidal thoughts. In Machakos County, groups have resorted to use cycling as a way to enhance mental health awareness to try and reduce the menace. And as the world marks Suicide Prevention Month, mental health survivors have embarked on a journey that is projected to reduce suicide cases in the country. Deli Mirigi brings us this report.
The number of attempted suicide cases has increased in the recent past, which could be attributed to the hard economic times, political loss and stress. And as the world marks Suicide Prevention Month, mental health survivors have embarked on a journey to share the experience in discouraging people from having suicidal thoughts. Regina Mumo, a mental health expert at the Machakos Level 5 Hospital, says many of our guests are politicians who lost in the August 9th polls, as many were sure of winning in the various elective seats they were contesting for.
Wengine wamekuwa na hasira, wengine wamekasirika na wamekuwa na a lot of stress. Na kwa vile tulikuwa tumejitoa tuwasaidie, tumekuwa tukipokea, wengine wanatupigia simu, wanatuuliza wanaweza tuona aje ndio tuwaongeleshe waweze kutulia. So tumekuwa tukitumia sana hiyo online counseling, tumekuwa tukuongelesha through online, na kuna wengine wanajileta hospitali.
Depression is among the most common mental illness globally and affects more than 1.9 million people in Kenya alone, with the situation projected to become worse given the prevailing harsh economic prospects. Zara Njoki, a mental health survivor, held a cycling event with other youth in Machakos, says she started having suicidal thoughts when she was 9 years, a battle she says has not been easy. Thoughts that were caused by a guardian who she says abused her both physically and verbally.
I was really young to have such thoughts, but because of what I was going through, and I didn't know that I was mentally ill or unstable, because we live in a society where you're told, "Iyo ni mapepo," you know. You're 9 years old, you have tantrums, you are having psychotic episodes, and automatically you're told you are possessed, you know. I just wish parents, teachers, whoever, guardians, you guys need to pay attention to your kids.
Joki throughout her entire life has been having psychotic episodes, sleepwalking most of the nights, and sometimes has crazy symptoms, and she says people mistook her to be possessed.
I was living with a family member, a guardian for me, and they were always beating me up, abusing me, verbal abuse, physical abuse, and I didn't know that would really affect me, and you know, my will to actually want to live. And for the first time there, I said I want to die, I want to kill myself, and I would cry myself to sleep every single day. I would have hallucinations.
She is now an adult trying to erase her dark past with the help of her friends who she says have been a support system, and seeking therapy has been a most outstanding journey, the healing process. Just like Njoki, many young people who are experiencing mental illness, which sometimes could lead to one having suicidal thoughts, were as a result of the past treatment they were subjected to in the past.
No one basically came through, and no one seemed to understand. I was such a rebellious kid, and in my teenage years, I was always walking around with a packet of what's it called, rat poison. Yeah, so I would always try to overdose on Piriton or any type of medication I would find as a child, and no one, as a teenager basically, no one would notice.
Njoki advises those who experience suicidal thoughts not to be afraid, but seek immediate help, as it is like any other condition. She's now a mental health champion, reaching out to those who feel low, using social media platform to encourage them.
Seek help. There's no shame in asking for help. There's no shame in going to see a therapist, a psychiatrist. There's no shame in that.
Rhoda Kidhure from Coalition of Action for Preventative Mental Health adds a voice, noting that the pressure of life, joblessness, stigma are some but a few contributors of suicidal causes in the country.
The month of October is the mental health month, so that is why now today is marked as the one of it. And also, right now, we'll go every county. Kenyans are speaking about it is because of the rising cases of suicide we have witnessed in the last couple of years.
In order to end this, the stakeholders now want to consider suicide as a major public health issue and not a taboo, so as to enhance awareness on the condition and increase access to treatment. Dolly Kendimbuvi, Hope TV.
Let's go for a fast break on Hope TV Newswatch. We'll be back with more stories. Don't go away.
Welcome to Sitam Springboard Missions Convention 2022. With a fresh anointing to radiate God's glory as we reach out to the lost. Join us at Sept Valley Road from the 20th to the 24th of September 2022 at 2 p.m. daily. The convention themed Till the Whole World Hears will definitely revive and uplift your faith. Anointed speakers include, among other speakers, Bishop Callisto Odede, the presiding bishop of Christ is the Answer Ministries, a renowned and passionate international speaker on missions. Dr. Sami Wanyonyi, the founder and lead evangelist of Shine in the World Ministries, based in Minneapolis, USA, who has preached the good news of Jesus Christ to millions of people in North America, Africa, and Asia.
Yes, in this world of bad news, in this world of fake news, the gospel is more relevant than ever before.
Dr. George Ogalo, the Chief Operating Officer at the International Fellowship of Evangelical Students, IFES, and Dr. Stanley Mukolwe, the Director of Family Life Ministry at the Navigators in Africa and highly sought-after speaker on family ministry, parenting, mentoring, and leadership development. And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. Matthew chapter 24 verse 14. Don't miss, for this convention is meant for you. Save the date. Entrance is free. For more information, visit springboard.sitam.org. Spread the word and use the hashtag Springboard2022 to join the conversation. All are welcome. Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Thank you for staying with us. With a one-week mission in Loyangalani coming to an end, the residents of Sarima village in Loyangalani area have expressed their joy after a group of missionaries visited them and gave them free treatment for the sick in the community as well as for their livestock. Faith Imani Mugo has been camping in the area and prepared the following report.
Locals of Loyangalani have every reason to smile after the missionaries from Sitam Church visited them and became a blessing to them by giving them free treatment and handling their livestock, as well as providing them with spiritual nourishment for 5 days in a row.
Kwa sasa hivi kuna matibabu ya binadamu inatumika pale hospitali, wanapata madawa na pia wanyama wanatibiwa hapa nyumbani. Haya yote narudisha Mungu shukrani. Hakika kabisa ningeomba serikali, kuna ukame kabisa. Sisi hapa wanyama ambazo tuko nazo hapa nyumbani ni zile goigoi, hakuweza kuenda mahali mbali, hizo zingine mahali zimeenda. Tuko na zile goigoi, zingine zinakufa, lakini tunashukuru Mungu kwa siku ya leo, manake wamepata dawa. Ninaona hiyo namba ya kufa wanyama inaenda itapungua.
The only doctor in Sarima Health Facility says there has been a big burden serving the community without drugs in the facility, amidst other challenges like long distances, where at times he is needed to attend to the sick patients in their homes.
Neno imetokea hapa leo imesaidia sana, sababu kwa muda mrefu tumekaa bila mandawa, na kulingana na uchaguzi ndio ilikuwa maneno ya uchaguzi ndio ilikuwa inazuia mambo ya kupata mandawa. Sova ukiangalia watu ni wengi na wamefurahi sana, sababu si kitu ya kawaida kupewa mandawa kupewa matibabu bila pesa, si kitu ya kawaida. Kwanza ni kuwashukuru kwa kujitolea kwenu, Sarima ni kijiji ambayo iko na watu 1,300 na watu wote kuwatibu ni jukumu, ni kujitolea. Ukiwaangalia si watu wako na maneno mengi, hawana mambo sana.
Over the last 5 days, over 2,000 patients across Loyangalani sub-county were attended to and given free medication. The livestock in the area were also attended to, with close to 7,000 livestock being treated. Reverend Godfrey Okongo says the mission teams were committed to the task to serving the community.
We were able to mobilize a huge number of missioners. For the Loyangalani team, we had approximately 93 missioners cutting across Sept assemblies. We want to thank God for the many lives that have been touched. From where we are reporting is Sarima. Then we were at Kiwanjani, right within the Loyangalani town center. Then we were in Layen, where we did a huge medical camp. And we thank God for the many, many lives that have been touched. Animals have been treated, human beings' lives have been touched, advice, as well as livestock also have been touched.
At the same time, the communities have received spiritual nourishment, with hundreds giving their lives to Christ. According to Pastor Nigel, the main goal for the mission has been achieved.
And it has been an amazing value-adding experience. Talk about ministering through the veterinary camp. For them, their wealth is animals. When you talk about the medical camp, health is wealth. And finally, we cannot forget to talk about their spiritual health. We've been sharing the gospel, combing the area, and loving the people of this area with the love of Jesus Christ.
Sitam Loyangalani host pastor says it is such a great testimony amongst the locals, saying the ministry to the community has been watered.
Besides the health for the animals and for the human being, we have also received spiritual nourishment. And I can tell you, a lot of people have gotten born again. I may not give you the numbers because they are continuing. The evangelists are still walking around the villages today. And I'm telling you, many people, some of them are people who I know. They are drunkard, people who have been saved from drinking, and they have come witnessing of what the Lord has done for them.
The communities comprising of Turkana, Elmono, Redile and Samburu communities have called on the government together with other organizations to give more support, especially in terms of food and education.
Ningeomba serikali watuongezee shule pamoja na walimu na pia maji, pia chakula, manake hao watoto wa wafugaji wanategemea kama chakula iko shule wako, lakini wakati watahama saizi, wakati jilali na wasumbua hivi, unaona mtu anahama na watoto yake, sababu hakuna vile ataziacha kwa kijiji, hakuna kitu wanakula.
As missionaries and their mission here in Loyangalani in Marsabit County, residents of Sarima village here in Marsabit are the last ones to be attended to. They have benefited from their livestock being attended to, as well as the people who had different ailments being attended to by volunteer medics who came in handy in this mission. Faith Imani Mugo for Hope TV Newswatch.
Manyata constituency MP Gitonga Mukunji has welcomed the call by the government to review and subject the competency-based curriculum CBC to public participation. Speaking on Friday during the University of Embu 7th graduation, Mukunji said CBC was the way to go in terms of preparing and equipping learners with skills to solve global problems owing to its focus of seeking to exploit their capabilities as opposed to academics. However, Mukunji said there was need to carry a thorough review with a view of making necessary amendments to enhance its implementability.
I agree with many people that we need to review on what is happening on education, starting with the CBC and going to even the schools we have all over this country. I believe the future of education should be more practical. And I disagree with many people who are saying we scrap the CBC. I think the best thing we can do is put in resources so that the implementation of CBC can be more practical. We cannot start going back to 844. And I'm happy my brother, chairman of TSC is here. If we start going back, that is like taking the ship back to the shores after we have already started. CBC is a practical curriculum. I think that is very important for the future of this country. But we need to put the resources and ensure that we empower our schools to implement what they are supposed to do.
Parents have been asked to be more careful with their children during this short holiday season as schools close. While addressing parents at Bisil Township School in Kajiado County, the school's head teacher Tom Kaskazi noted that deviant behaviors arise when students are on school holidays and there was a need for parents to be more vigilant. Kaskazi noted that protecting children from using drug and substance abuse will benefit them not only now but also in their future.
Vile unachunga ile biashara yako, unafaa pia kuchunga huyo mtoto wako ili aweze kufanya bidii aje akusaidie baadaye. Hata vijana kidogo hapa, vijana pia hupotea, sijui wanaenda wapi. Hata vijana sijui wana drop shuleni wakienda wapi. So naomba pia ile uchunguzi ama taking care ya vile tunaweka msichana pia tuweke kijana. The boy child kidogo ni kama amekuwa neglected. One of these fine days tutatoa pia NGO inasema inachunga boy child kwa sababu sana wamekuwa neglected na wanapotea zaidi, especially in such schools.
Hundreds of students were Friday stranded at various bus stops in Narok town as motorists chose to withdraw their vehicles from the road following the high fuel prices. The matatu owner said they had no other option other than to park their vehicles and look for alternative jobs since the transport sector was not rewarding. Geoffrey Ataja, a driver at Narok Line Services, said transporting passengers to Kisii required 8,000 shillings for fuel, up from 6,000 shillings.
Venye wameweka mafuta, hii mafuta hata customer kumkatia gari unasikia analia analalamika, hata tunashindwa tunakata hapo. Sasa venye wanaumia, hata mimi nikikatia customer gari inanipea shida, ukikatia mtu unaona ni kama umemnyang'anya pesa. Lakini sasa inabidi sababu juu sina otherwise. Inabidi juu sasa lazima nipe pesa ya kutosha ndio gari ipate mafuta. Sasa hii gari kama gari yangu inaenda Kisii rudi, gari inakunywa mafuta 8,000. Sasa lazima niongezee abiria pesa na wanashida wakilia, lakini ile kitu ningeomba kama serikali ingekubali itusaidie tu ipunguze mafuta. Mambo mengine tutaanza, lakini mafuta wale wameweka ili kutuhangaisha kabisa.
Tulisema ni bottom up, lakini sasa hii tumegeuka imekuwa up down. Mafuta imeenda zaidi. Tunaomba kabisa, hii ni mara ya 3 sasa mafuta ikipanda na tunaona wananchi wanaumia zaidi. Mama mboga, mama pale chini anaumia, watoto wa shule wanaumia kwa sababu tunajaribu ile magari kidogo tuko nazo za ofisi zimeisha, wengine wamefungia magari zao pale.
Mimi naomba uchumi ukue chini, vitu ikue chini, at least gasi, mafuta, unga iko bei kali. Sasa hii maisha inatulemea ukiwa mahasura.
The community of people with disability PWDs in Kilifi County have decried alienation after finding out that the names of their representatives are missing from the list of names published in the official government gazette of nominated members of the county assembly. Accompanied by a section of civil society organizations in Kilifi, the community blamed the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) for excluding their representatives' names despite the political parties presenting the names of the PWD's representatives. Persons with disabilities, PWDs in Kilifi, are disappointed that names of their representatives are missing from the list of names published in the official government gazette of nominated members of the county assembly. According to the list, Kilifi County has appointed 2 youth representatives and a representative of marginalized communities, as well as 1 representative representing other ethnic groups. The PWDs questioned why no person from the community had been chosen.
Hii Kilifi imezoea. Hii ni raundi ya pili kufanya haki ya walemavu hawapati haki zao. Mara kwanza walifanya hivyo hivyo. Tukaona tumenyamaza. Tukaenda mbio paka nominated PWD akapata haki yake. Na sahi wamerudia pale pale. Kaunti ambayo hazikupata disability ni kaunti 21 kwa ufahamu.
There was no fighting. Sasa Time Gazette ilitoa majina ya PWDs across the country. Many PWDs name failed to be chosen, kuchaguliwa. The whole country majina yenye yalitoka PWDs walikosekana.
Speaking on the matter, a Kilifi-based political activist, Hamza Hussein, blamed the IBC for the alienation of PWD's representatives in the list, despite the parties having presented their names to the commission. Sentiments that were echoed by Safari Kitsao Masha, a person with disability residing in Kilifi, who asked the government to quickly look into the issue.
Na lalama zetu hizi zote sisi tunazielekeza kwa kitengo maalumu kile cha IBC, kwa sababu ninavyozungumza hivi nina ufahamu wa kutosha kwamba vyama vilijaribu kusukumwa kucomply na ile sheria. Hata kuna wakati IBC waliweza kurudisha zile list mara kwanza kwa sababu hasikuweza kucomply. Mara pili ilipotumanwa ikaweza kutuma na hawakuweza kuziregesha kwa sababu zilikuwa zimeweza kucomply, na hata ukiangalia majina ya wengine wetu yalikuwa yameweza kutoka kuonyesha kwamba vyama viliweza kucomply.
Nina uchungu sana kufikia mahali kwa kwamba katika sisi walemavu ni kama hatutambuliwi, kwa sababu ingekuwa ni vizuri kuwa katika assembly kuwa kuna mlemavu ambaye andumana anatuwakilisha, ila havikuwa hivyo. Kwa hivyo kufikia saa hii najisi kama na uchungu sana, manake ni kama tumeachwa nyuma. Manake hata kama tutaenda katika ofisi ile, nani ambaye ni kama atatusaidia?
Human rights defender Triza Nafula Bwire has asked parties and the IBC Commission to address the issue lest they move to court.
IBC popote pale walipo, tafadhali tunawapatia muda na si muda mrefu kwamba hawa watu ama hii community ambao ni watu ni human beings like any other person should be included very soon. Failure to that will move to court.
Are you a talented youth between the ages of 18 and 24 years? The Rough. Can you sing? Can you dance? Where Hutiafua Mike or any other performances? The Rough. Auditions in Eldoret will be held on the 15th of September and in Nakuru on the 17th of September. The Rough is a chance to showcase your talent in music, dance, poetry, acrobatics and more, and stand a chance to win 300,000 shillings, a recording deal at Hope Recording Studios, and many more prizes. To register, send an SMS starting with #The Rough with your name, county and talent to 22232. That is 22232 to get an invite to auditions happening near you. For more information, please call 0709 861 223. That is 0709 861 223. Or log on to www.hopemediakenya.org for details. The Rough. Identifying talent, inspiring passion. Powered by Hope FM and Hope TV. On Hope Junction, every Saturday, get to enjoy songs that cater to the young and young at heart. Let the beat keep your head nodding.
Right now, but your love is amazing. We just
That's every Saturday on Hope Junction.
oh, nyimbo
From 10 a.m.
I gotta let the world know. I just wanna help you loving it. Wanna make you smile. Change the way you live.
Now for some business news. The 2022 Magical Kenya Travel Expo is set to host tourism business buyers from over 35 countries for a 3-day-long expo that has attracted tourism players for business deals. Kenya Tourism Board CEO Dr. Betty Redia says the expo will go a long way in highlighting the diversity and richness of Kenya's tourism industry. The expo will be held between 5th and 7th October and brings together 160 hosted buyers and over 200 exhibitors, industry partners and media from some of Kenya's key source markets in Europe, Africa, Asia and other Americas.
We welcome you to Magical Kenya again once more, the year 2022, and we welcome you to the 12th edition of the Magical Kenya Travel Expo. We're really excited that this is the first time in 2 years that we're going to have a physical event. The other year having been a virtual event, obviously due to the pandemic. This year we have gotten a lot of uptake and interest in MKTE because we've had over 160 hosted buyers registered. In fact, we have had to open up the opportunity for self-sponsored buyers to come to the destination for this business-to-business meeting. We've had, as usual, over 225 exhibitors. We have partners and trade partners and visitors from over 30 countries. And we're really excited about it. It's a good opportunity for us coming out of the pandemic for us to provide a platform for our trade with our hosted buyer partners to interact and to compare notes and look at what's new in the destination. We have this year also an opportunity to host over 20 media personalities that will help not only showcase the Magical Kenya Travel Expo show, but will also create a platform for information, sharing of experiences, sharing of best practice, not only regionally but globally. And therefore we welcome you to Magical Kenya. We look forward to seeing you, and we expect that we'll have not only a vibrant show but a mutually beneficial show both to the trade as well as to the hosted buyers that will be here.
Now for some sports news. Cristiano Ronaldo ended his Bayern spell with the first Europa League goal of his career as Manchester United and victory at Sheriff Tiraspol. The Red Devils opened the scoring in the first half as a lovely team move was coolly finished off by Jadon Sancho from Christian Eriksen's reverse pass. Sancho, who was left out of England's squad early in the day, came close to a second, but his low shot was brilliantly cleared off the line by Sheriff captains Japan Rajalik on the stretch. But United did double their advantage before halftime, courtesy of Ronaldo's penalty awarded after Patrick Pozzo tripped Diogo Dalot in the box. Swiss tennis great Roger Federer has announced his retirement from the sport. Federer will retire from tennis after next week's Laver Cup, aged 41. The 20-time Grand Slam champion has been struggling with a knee problem for the last 3 years and has decided now is the time to step away. Federer will play in next week's Laver Cup in London, the Ryder Cup style competition that was his brainchild, but will then leave the professional game. And that sports news brings us to the end of this live broadcast. Many thanks for keeping me company and for the team who made this broadcast a success. Enjoy the rest of your programming and your weekend. My name is Grace Ongoi and our sign language interpreter has been Boniface Morethi. Bye-bye.